Whitney Houston has been a huge inspiration for me as a singer. Her range and control, her articulation and agility. As you dive into her singing and her style, there's lots of things you can learn. But there's one thing for me that has stood out over the years as I've developed my own voice. And her influence in this area has helped me develop more power and more confidence, really, than any other singer out there. Whitney Houston is the master of the middle voice. She understands how to use her belt range and her subdued chest resonance, as well as her head voice, in ways that as she communicates melodies, she's able to drill into your forehead, reach into your heart, and massages it with each note she sings. She's able to do this because she understands her voice well enough to target notes in certain resonances for maximum dynamic effect. And what's better, she also doesn't tire very easily because that same decision-making she's using to convey the emotion she's trying to convey also helps her to save her voice in performances for the notes that really matter. So, as I said earlier, she's the master of the middle voice. What does this mean? There's a lot of singers out there, and some of my favorite singers actually, where they use a great mixed voice and they push higher and higher and they sing all over their range and it sounds really cool. Whitney takes a different approach. Listening to Whitney's cover of Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You on the Bodyguard soundtrack is a perfect demonstration of what I'm talking about. There's this group of notes that's in her higher chest resonance that she milks for all they're worth. And then to add dynamic effect, she intentionally exposes her break and goes to her head resonance and does all sorts of cool articulations and neat things up there. And then she returns to this golden area of her voice. We all have this ability. I'm going to do a little bit of demonstrating here so that you can hear what I'm talking about. So this note, hey, that's in my upper chest resonance. It's not a mix at all. It's just a powerful, belted note. Hey! All very belted notes. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to land there in that big area of my voice, and then I'm going to shoot up into my head resonance and do some fun things, and then I'm going to return to that area of my voice. Whoa, hey, ooh, oh, whoa, hey, 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 I know. This is really the opposite mindset and approach of what a lot of rock singers especially take, where they have it in their mind that as they get higher and louder and more aggressive, that everything needs to be, there's this sense of accomplishment when you get up there really aggressive. And I love that type of singing. Obviously, I love it. But this way of approaching things where you're extra familiar with those 3 or 4 notes that are at the top of your chest resonance, and then everything else around those notes supports those notes with the lines that you're singing. This is a way to last longer during gigs because those notes You can put a lot of air behind them, and your voice can be pretty comfortable. You can be really expressive with those. Those notes, those are money notes. And it allows you freedom in other areas of your voice to explore more versatile and articulation-based sounds. Because you don't feel the pressure of, I've got to be able to hit every note the same volume, which is a good thing to try, but we're talking about this particular style of singing. With the demonstration that I just did, I'm not using articulation everywhere. I'm not pressuring myself to do that. Instead, I'm letting my tender voice, my head resonance, my quieter notes articulate while I have a separate bag of tricks. I have a separate set of tools for the energy. So go listen to some Whitney Houston after watching this video, and you'll hear exactly what I'm talking about. Be inspired, be influenced. We don't always need to go louder as we go higher. We don't always need to be in chest or mix. We can use great sounding, supported upper chest notes. Let those be our home for a melody, and then use softer chest and delicate, well-articulated head resonance to support those wonderful notes. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how you liked this video, and if you have any other ideas for videos you'd like me to do. And again, be sure to click the link below to join my free vocal course and discover what your voice can really become. See you for more.